A holiday to die for.
Of course not, but at least you can't be accused later.
Right. And straight away Kevin McLaughlin can't hold, and it's there for Kane Robertson to set up Tito Tebaldi, his scrum half. 14 caps for Italy, and first defences against Leinster for not rolling away, and perhaps with no win Tony Ward a shot at goal here.
But the referee did indicate it wasn't for not rolling away. Either way, 3 points to our only.
So first duty really for Ian Madigan is to get us back underway. The Italians off to a great start, and that looked like an illegal tackle right in front of the referee, and it's just to the right. Easton to say, well, fancy this one. Here we see it again, Tony, no doubt about it. Absolutely made no effort to get that ball.
I didn't see who it was. Worcester's most consistent player of the season so far, certainly well in that frame.
And you'd have to be worried if you're Rob Kearney coming back into this side and trying to force Nasewa out, or even force him to the wing, because he really has been at the fulcrum of everything good as far as Leinster are concerned. Counter-attack, finishing, and he also likes to strike the odd goal as well. Not his best strike, and he's pushed it to the left.
Poor kick, and he knows that better than any. Badly struck.
So are only with the 3-point lead, and we haven't had much ball in play so far. Kearney to Paul O'Donoghue, Madigan, Gary on from the fly half, and Kearney's after this one. Well, no communication there. Two Leinster players running straight into each other. I think it was Dominic Ryan, and Ryan looks like he took a knock to the leg as well. No communication between the Leinster players, and Tebaldi should have done better, but Leinster get the penalty.
Yeah, and silly.
Dominic Ryan is getting some attention on the ground. Looks like he took a bad knock to the leg. Of course, Shane Jennings is on the bench if needed, but Ryan won't want to go off. Much better strike, much more like Easton Athewa, and that is.
Leicester 3.
So James Marshall to restart again, goes for a bit of distance this time. Taken well by Kearney, puts the head down, and he's tackled by Kane Robertson. Box kick from O'Donoghue. And Devin Toner, 6'10", is after this one. Couldn't take it though. Nick Williams doing a good job, the former Munster player. Pass not good from Tebaldi. Little chip and chase this one from San Martin. Madigan goes in at scrum half to Clinton Newland. 20.5 stone of him goes to ground. And ball there once again, McLaughlin this time. Scrappy opening 5 minutes, and now Leinster set about building through the phases and keeping possession. Are only up very fast there. Good footwork from Owen O'Malley, Belvedere centre, lays the ball back. O'Donoghue not happy with the challenge from the Italians. Heinke van der Merwe. Options both sides for O'Donoghue. Goes for Madigan. Decent looking kick if it can get the bounce. Dimas goes back. Now this guy is pace. South African Sevens international. Likes to run, but the sensible option that time was his full-back Paolo Brousseau, and he finds touch, which means the
behind, as spotted by Madigan here. It's a really well-placed kick, and then crucially on top of that is the pressure there in the background from Nasewa. 2-on-1 with dictating the shots.
And the Italians have cleared, only as far as Andrew Conway to Nasewa. Once again, Kearney looking to burst through the gap. Huge upper body strength for a winger. And the referee's going to have a look at that. I think Madigan was flipped out of that ruck, and he looks like he took a real knock. You might see it again in a minute, but play continues through Dominic Ryan. O'Donoghue. Devin Toner carries it in. Gets the offload, but he's shoved back in the tackle. Went quite high into the contact there. O'Malley. Stephen Kell sucks in a couple of fringe defenders. O'Donoghue again. Rhys Ruddock. And a good arm wrestle there with a couple of the Italian forwards, but Ruddock shows great strength just to hang on there, because he was in a high body position going into that ruck. Madigan okay after that last hit. Little show from Mackin. Leinster debut today for Brendan Mackin.
Ball is out.
O'Donoghue under serious pressure. Went backwards in the Sewa. Lovely offload to Dominic Ryan again. Gonzaga and Lansdowne clubman. Plenty of numbers on the left-hand side for Leinster. They've an overlap here if they want to move this one wide. Madigan, that's exactly what he decides to do. O'Malley to Strauss, who went backwards. Kearney. Nice footwork from Dave Kearney, creating a bit of space, and it looked like the tackle was a little bit high, but nobody really managed to grab him. And Leinster keeping ball really well at the moment. Keogh ships one, almost ships two, and gets the pass. Was it forward? It was. Nigel Owens of
the Italian team. I mean, Aroni may be bottom of the Magners League, but you're guaranteed that physicality, and Leinster have to meet it. And as they say, earn the right to move it wide. There we see the forward pass from Keogh.
The front rows get on here. Van der Merwe, Strauss and Newland against DeMarschi, Santa Maria and Fabio Stabano. The experience is definitely with Leinster. Early engagement from the Italians, you can see that from the camera angle there. And Nigel Owens following the letter of the law to its absolute. O'Donoghue, quick tap. Dominic Ryan. Clint Newland, dummy run from him. Ball goes out to Devin Toner, and again he's put back in the tackle. Probably suffers from his height a little bit in the contact zone, Devin Toner. Big hits go in again from the Italians. Van der Merwe, nice offload to O'Donoghue, just couldn't hold on to it, but the Italians spit it again, and Nigel Owens says play on. McLaughlin. Interesting move to put him in the second row. O'Donoghue's on the bench, so obviously Joe Schmidt sees something in Kevin McLaughlin that he could do a job in the second row if needed for Leinster. Here is McLaughlin to Madigan. Little switch with Conway, ran into his own man, but referee says no defender, so he's allowed to do that. Madigan again. Tackle was okay, says Nigel Owens. Madigan feeling a little bit worse for wear on that. O'Donoghue switch. It's good retention by Leinster and patience, as Tony mentioned. And eventually the Italians get their hands on it. Tibaldi, box kick. Nobody back on that side for Leinster, and Demas is coming like a train down that wing. Got to be careful here, Conway. It's Kearney, in fact. Danuel Dimas was after that one. He's not a small guy either, so there's good stuff and good covering from Dave Kearney. Leinster have.
Brocken, 3 on you, 5 pillars.
And the penalty to the Italians.
Yeah.
Not as good a strike, it's off the bar. Pressure. O'Malley did okay, and he got it back to O'Donoghue, who finds his touchline, and Brendan Mackin heading
on a personal level, and as you say, also to Mike Rugdock and the under-20 team. You know, you often look at Mackin, he's a big lad, but people don't realise he's got very good hands as well, and he certainly is a very promising player. Disappointment all round.
Good shove by the Leinster pack. I think it's McKinley who's come on in place of Mackin into the centre, so pretty much like for like. Of course, another former Ireland under-20 international. Ball there for Tibaldi. Runners outside him. This is Alberto DeMarschi. 17 stone, a prop forward. Doesn't make much ground though. And Tibaldi comes the blind side.
Sure you miss me now.
Bortolami. Again, good fringe defence from Leinster, but McLaughlin's in from the side. The penalty's against him, so Aroni know the advantage coming.
4 blue, up to the gate.
Kevin
To
McLaughlin.
me, I have to say, from this angle anyway.
Tight call by the touch judges. You could see him shaking his head. We can confirm that Brendan Mackin has broken his collarbone.
It's really, really unfortunate.
So Morris comes in for his 5th cap.
He's another good one too. I mean, we've spoken about it before. He was in a Blackrock back three of Artemiev, Fitzgerald and Morris, an outstanding back three.
There he is. Not an easy one to take.
Going upstairs, but he didn't. He accepted the decision in fairness.
O'Donoghue feeds, gone down. Real reset. I've just seen Niall Morris from here standing in the full-back position. Nasewa has moved to the right wing, and Kearney has come into the centre alongside Owen O'Malley. So a real shuffle in terms of the back line now. I don't know if that's permanent, but certainly for this move here.
No, I'd say it could be all three or more.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Better hit this time.
Better. Stay line. Play the ball, Blue.
O'Donoghue being told to play it. It's a messy one though. It's gone a little bit round. Nigel Owens right on the spot. Well, that is his own fault, Tony. You can't argue with the referee's decision there. He's loads of time to use it.
I agree. Plenty of time to get that one away.
Instructions. If he can't see an infringement by either side, he can't give a penalty either way.
Touch. Pause. Engage. In line.
Feed from Tebaldi. Shove from Leinster. And there's the penalty. Against the Irony hooker, Roberto Santamaria. Just 24 years of age, and perhaps the experience telling there against Richard Strauss.
But it is a huge problem for the IRB, and they're acutely aware of it. It's something that's going to have to be addressed, because it is for the qualities that he brings to the game at that tender age.
And also the maturity of a 20-year-old to take charge of a senior team, especially with guys who'd be 10 years older than the same team. Looking at Stephen Keogh, looking at Clinton Newland. I know he's a new signing, but even Issa Nathewa. But this is Madigan, and this is for the lead. Started it way on the right as he brought it back in. Well, he has, but just wide.
No, that one was. He certainly had the distance, but not the accuracy.
So James Marshall to Mars. Carry on from Madigan, not a good one. 2-3 metres perhaps at most, but Leinster had a chance to get their hands on it. They only have Tebaldi. Marshall again, he's got numbers out wide here now if they can spin this ball. Williams, hand off on Devin Toner like he wasn't even there. Jaco Erasmus just setting up the ball, and here is Marshall again. Grober kick through for Madigan. Support from Morris. Now a lot of pace, says Niall Morris. He's not a small guy either. Madigan again. O'Malley just went forward. Leinster trying stuff again. I suppose just a little bit of mistakes creeping in. Good idea. In it in terms of pack weights, just the 1 kilo between them.
Closer, White. Closer.
It's all down to technique now.
Closer. Get closer. Stay there. Don't move. Get in square. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. In line. Spare. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's best. Stay down.
Solid Irony scrum, but Tebaldi has to dig it out. The ball got lost in the second row. O'Donoghue making a nuisance of himself.
Away, White.
Ruddock. Irony up very quickly again. Big second row forward there, Josh Furno. O'Donoghue to Stephen Keogh.
Back, White. Stay, Cheshire, stay.
Madigan opts for the kick this time, needs the bounce, hasn't got it. It's gone straight into touch. And Irony will have
Coming up so fast, there is space in behind the wings.
Santamaria to throw. Clean line out ball. Bortolami. In fact, it wasn't. It was the blindside flanker. Katina, 6'2" of him going up, but not straight. So we'll have to come back.
Last scrum was better, same this time. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. In line. Keep bound. Stay bound.
Keogh controls at the back. Looks for O'Donoghue again. Move off the top here. Madigan to Nasewa. Grubber kick through. Not a great one though. And the kick was even worse, and that's gone straight out on the full once again.
But that passage of play summed it up. I mean, from the scrum, everything was in our own territory.
Ricard Strauss to throw. Up goes McLaughlin. Decent take. Ball in behind. O'Malley skipped past out to Nasewa. Checked himself a little bit. Morris, that was again forward, says the referee. 50-50 call from here, but
I thought that was okay, and he seemed to be a long way away, Nigel Owen. Now, from that angle there, that certainly looks forward. All I can assume is the touch judge may have called it to the referee, and then he blew, because the referee...
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. In 9. Stay back 9.
Nick Williams to his scrum half. Marshall. Gary Owen from him. Again, not a lot of distance. Nasei was screaming for this one.
Lay on, back off wide.
Almost got his hands on it. Came back off Katina.
Away, Brew.
San Martin tries to get the ball away, but he's hit on the tackle, and Demarchi has to clean up. Again, good pressure from Leinster.
Fair contest, everybody down. Up. Stay.
Marshall again. And is that another one out? And it was Nick Williams pretty well. That was Isan Athewa too. He's pretty disappointed to miss out on being named in the Chiefs squad for the Super 15 and signed for Ironi. It's the nature of the game, I suppose. You have to go where the job is. Madigan to Dave Kearney off his wing.
Back, White.
Nasewa. Not much support outside him, so he comes back in to the safety of the pack. Dominic Ryan.
Away, White.
Good tackling by the Italians so far.
Release now, lost now.
O'Donoghue. Madigan again, little switch. Leinster making a couple of metres every time. Just trying to find that gap that could lead, but this is dangerous now. Ironi have got 4 players out wide now. This will test the defence of Niall Morris. He's a full back by trade. Outside him, Kane Robertson steps back in and needs support. Good tackling by O'Malley. Got whacked back well there, the young centre. And from Leinster's mistake, they come inside the 22. San Martin almost in touch. Ball there again. Struggled by Bousseau. Referee says it went backwards. And Ironi have numbers left here if Tebaldi can spin it. Probably didn't want his big prop Fabio Stabano in the way, but Leinster survive for the time being. And they get the penalty. Well, Tony, you can argue, goes for the distance, but hasn't found touch, and Demas.
Let him go. Back,
Gary Owen from him comes off the outside of the boot. O'Donoghue underneath it. Can't get the pass away. It's gone forward as well off Leinster, so Ironi with the advantage here, and they've numbers on the right again if they want to move this. Now, this time, what do they do? San Martin. The show by the centre. Pizarro in to help him out, and there for Tebaldi again. Runners on the fringe. Leinster having to defend their own line. 5 metres short, the Italians. Pick and go. Pizarro in to act as scrum half. And happy to let his forwards just have a little look here. Josh Furno joins to end his 6'5" frame. At 3 metres short now, Ironi.
Away, Blue! Let it come! Just a mess, nobody's fault. White forward, white ball.
Ironi get the scrum. That's good stuff from the Italians. There he is. Fabio Stabano. Here was the chance. They overlapped here. Pizarro lining up really for Ironi. Morris did well just to hold off the outside runner there, not commit himself. Kane Robertson had to come back inside, and O'Malley eventually, and Ricard Strauss from 5-6 metres off the back of the scrum.
Pause, engage, in 9.
So he might fancy his chances here, the New Zealander. It's come up. Nigel Owens happy to let it go for the moment. There's the whistle. Interesting, Ironi fancying their chances against this Leinster scrum 5 metres out. And again, it's Cleveland who's gone down, so another tight head prop and a bit of difficult.
Use the ball, you get it out. Is that clear? Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. In 9.
Madigan standing just outside your picture is the main Leinster defender. If Williams is to pick and go, here is Nick Williams, and the pass went backwards. It's okay. Ruddock with frantic defending there to just prevent the pass and the pick-up. But Ironi were almost in there. If that pass had gone to hand, you'd imagine 2-on-1 overlap. Pick and go again. Leinster having to defend, and this is where the Italians excel. The physical confrontation up front and a close quarter pick and go. It's number 2, Tibaldi this time. Goes a little bit wider. Furno is over the line. Good tackle by Leinster to bring him right back. Carney underneath. You can see number 11 jersey there in your picture. At the heart of that tackle. There's the upper body strength we were talking about from the winger. Almost over this time. Ironi. Nigel Owens having a good look. I think Nick Williams is
squeeze and squeeze till they eventually get there, provided they don't give away a penalty in the process.
Touch. Pause. Engage. In 9.
Tibaldi feeds. Again, it's at the back, and again, Nick Williams happy to let his front row have a go at Leinster. And they're making inches at the moment. Pick from the number 8, fancies his chance this time. That was the danger. Is he down? He's over. Is he down? Referee's given the try. Well, that was the danger. We mentioned that it was Madigan up against Williams. It's a complete mismatch in terms of size, Tony. And Nick Williams
did put the ball through the hands. They did look as if they were capable of getting through. And in the end, they did it the traditional route, but it all counts the same.
Well, the tails are up, certainly.
Okay.
The Italians fine touch on the halfway line. There's Pizarro. Himself and San Martin, both born in Argentina. And it's the trend we've seen, certainly in the national team over the last few years. Argentinian players arriving in Italy, qualifying to play for the country, and doing pretty well too. Now Madigan. O'Malley thought about the loop, but he's tackled well by San Martin. Nasewa nowhere to go except over the top. Kane Robertson's back. Busso. Decent kick by the full-back.
I said, but they're young players. Jason Harris-White, hooker, Jack McGrath, prop, Simon Shaw, Shane Jennings, of course. I mean, that's somebody you would look at clearly. And we may see Shane in the second half.
And there's an interception, just as we say. Racer for the 22. It's a foot race here. Morris is after him. Open side flanker just held up. And a brilliant tackle. Jaakko Erasmus almost in. Eyes completely off, and I must admit I was looking at the team sheet when that happened as well, Tony. But Erasmus and Niall Morris.
Pause. Engage.
O'Donoghue with the feed. Stephen Keogh, awkward one for him to deal with. And Leinster trying to run it outside their 22.
Back.
Maintain possession. Madigan's back in the pocket.
Back, Blue.
Maroney still contesting. That'll tell you their mindset. O'Donoghue, box kick. Dangerous one, really. Kane Robertson. Little check by the winger. Almost through. Spilled it in the contact, though. O'Donoghue, better kick from the scrum half into space. But the chase from Leinster is very slow. All the time in the world for Busso to punt it back. And it's a decent...
Well cut down by Morris.
What a tackle. Rigard Strauss to throw, contested by Portolani, it looked like. The captain getting off well there. Clint Newland. McLaughlin. Madigan. Morris this time nowhere to go really. He's running into 2 Ironi defenders. O'Donoghue, Ruddock, almost breaking the gap, looking for the support, but it wasn't there. Penalty comes to Leinster here if they don't make considerable ground. There's the whistle. VAR. And just 4 points. Leinster, were they to win this, would move to second place behind Munster. But at the moment, as you can see from that scoreline, they trail by 7. San Martin, Argentina, born centre, just scrambles that ball after the restart, and back in the pocket is James Marshall. Carried back in though, so he's got to go up the middle. Morris to Madigan, needs support, Ian Madigan. Stephen Keogh in to help out his fly half. Good strength in the contact there just to hang on to that ball. There was a bit of pressure as Ruddock juggles with that ball. Owen O'Malley. Little switch with Kevin McLaughlin. Plenty of fast legs on Kevin McLaughlin, used to playing at 6. Stephen Keogh bursts through the middle. Better start from Leinster, you would say. Early stages yet, I know. Clint Newland standing, waiting for this one. Carries it into tackle, but there was numbers out wide. And a bit of an overlap, which Ironi have corrected now. Rhys Ruddock looking for the gap on the offload to McLaughlin again, who's hungry for work. Good to see him back fit after being really unlucky with injuries. He has really for the last 4 years or so, Kevin McLaughlin. Leinster go wide this time. Musewa standing at centre. Little show from him on the offload. The attempted offload at least.
Back right, hands on.
O'Donoghue, Clontarf, scrum half. Dominic Ryan on the charge. And it's a couple of metres. Better intensity about this Leinster attack than anything we've seen in the first 40 minutes. And they're inside Ironi's 22. O'Donoghue just stumbled there. But the referee says it was because of an Ironi obstruction and they will have the penalty in front of the post. No interest in that for the time being. McLaughlin again with the help of Stephen Keogh, and still advantage to Leinster. None coming, referee's whistle goes. We'll get 3 points, but that was much.
We just witnessed there in the last 2. Leinster arriving in numbers. They're putting more to the breakdown. They're arriving in 2, 3s and 4s as opposed to 1.
Bit of a knock there, but here's Musewa. No problems whatsoever. Sends that one well into the middle of the...
And running last week. I think they're even stronger this week. You know, an enforced injury, but the fact they brought Pochettino in at full back, they moved Troy to his only position for me, which is in the centre. I think it's a better French team, but Ireland will be a damn sight better too, and it's good to have Jamie Heaslip back. Should be a cracker.
Should be. Boussole, full back. Launches this one. It's gone quite far though. Should be okay for Madigan. Calls the mark, sensible from the young fly half. Loads of talent, Ian Madigan, I suppose. From a young player as well, coming into
play the space in behind, play for territory, and that's something he's going to learn with experience. You know, watching his opposite number there, or not his opposite number, the opposite full back, Boussole putting the ball up there. Watch from 2 incredible feet, left or right foot, equally adept.
Josh Furno secures line-out ball. On the crash through the middle is Bizarro, the bigger of the 2 centres with himself and San Martin. Both blocky, bulky figures though. And Leinster have to defend here. Attempted grubber kick through. Just came off the foot there. Pressure from O'Donoghue, but Ironi still have. Secured by Nicola Katina. To Baldi. Santa Maria. Very quickly was Owen O'Malley. Scrum half again to Marshall. Okay, after he shipped that knock there about 5 minutes ago. Advantage to Leinster. Madigan. Offload there to Dave Kearney. Dominic Ryan makes another couple of metres. Still a penalty advantage. Pick and go this time from McLaughlin. He's been aggressive in the second half so far. Captain Rhys Ruddock. The advantage now is over, according to Nigel Owens.
Advantage over.
Madigan to O'Malley. Musewa, bit of space for the full back. Ricard Strauss running like a winger and getting through like a winger, and the offload too for Conway. Conway's going to have the gas here on Dimas, is he? Sprinting for the line and he's in. It's not, it's Niall Morris. My mistake underneath the post. try for Leinster, Tony.
And that is a superb Leinster try. It came from a turnover, some good driving by Kevin McLaughlin up the wing here, and the clear out has improved as well. Leinster presenting good ball, but Richard Strauss, as ever, does really well. And once you find Niall Morris on your shoulder, he's capable of going on all the way. He's got serious gas. Brilliant, brilliant.
Strike with the right
house and support play indeed by Morris. You know, 7 minutes, you said, Hugh, 7 minutes unrecognisable from the 40 that went before.
We're not going to get away with that one. I think the size difference between Niall Morris and Andrew Conway is quite considerable. So have to put that one back in the books. Take from Bousseau, tackle from his opposite number, Nathewa. Isaac Boss and Shane Jennings introduced onto the field, and they'll add a bit of experience and their own kind of tempo to this game. But Ironi still coming forward, still trying to create some ideas and some space. Kane Robertson holding on for dear life there. Sets it up well to Baldi. Cobra kick for the corner. Madigan's back there. Hasn't fan touch. Bousseau turns to Gary Owen. I say was underneath this one. No problems whatsoever. Quick tap and go. This time, safety.
Away, get the ball to space.
By stuff mark. Line out just taken. And a little bit of a shove from Ironi to Baldi. Back to James Marshall. Good pressure from Strauss. And Sewa. Plenty of time and space here. Bousseau hits hard by his opposite number. He went forward though in the tackle. Nigel Owens playing advantage.
Advantage penalty.
And it's a penalty advantage for Leinster coming through the gate. Whistle's gone. Kane Robertson leaves it for Tebaldi, but a bit of afters there with only the start that Leinster have made in the opening 10 minutes, because in fairness, you know, Ironi finished on top.
Yeah, and it's very important that Leinster got sucked into letting Ironi start dictating the pace again, to slowing it down. Leinster must maintain this high tempo they've started with.
Good offload there from Williams to Demarshi. Josh Furno standing and calling for this one, the big second row. Here he is. Good hit around the fringes from Isaac Boss and Shane Jennings, combining two black scrum caps. Tebaldi this time goes to the back line. Marshall. Pizarro carries it in. Sets it up once again. So Leinster's 22. Good retention by the Italian side. Robertson outside of numbers here. Pizarro. Leinster having to defend in the corner, and it was a good tackle that went in too. Patient stuff by the Italian side. Mick Williams there in your picture. Furno as well. Joshua Furno straight to ground.
Ball is out, hands are on.
Leinster get the ruck, and they look like they've turned it over, but the penalty comes in from the side against Devon Toner.
Well, not just that, when an Italian time, it keeps out the team. When they get in this area of the field, they've got one thing on their mind. It's an opportunity to score a try, and you know how they're going to do it.
Open side flanker, Erasmus, who goes up 2 meters short. They've made good ground here. Pick and go from Williams. He's got one already, but he's held up there. Clint Newland doing well, the New Zealander. Tebaldi. Leinster trying to swarm all over the ball. Look at the numbers there, but they're only of numbers that wide as well.
Okay, not going to come, held up, scrum, white ball.
Attacking scrum once again. Dimas was out.
Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage.
There's the feed.
Give it up.
Ball eventually comes to the back. Williams, he had his hands on it, so referee, well, Isaac Boss gives away the penalty. Kane Robertson, little dummy from the winger. Tackled by Devin Toner. Penalty to the Italians again if nothing comes from this. And they're going backwards, so there goes the whistle. Tavaldi, quick tap and go. Can't hold on to it. Well,
He saw the opportunity. You could understand why. What was in his mind.
just getting clear instructions. 1 minute on this scrum.
Better. Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage.
Newland got lower that time, much better by the blind side, or the tight head prop I should say. Blindside flanker Rhys Ruddock comes out and the captain leads with a charge there for Isaac Voss. Back in the pocket, Madigan again. Clearance kick hasn't found touch. Busso looking for the drop goal attempt, perhaps struck it really well. Referee's having a good look at this one and it's gone over. 3 points, we are level, and Paolo Busso first start.
Created the platform, he got some forward momentum, and really the ball should have been put away to touch. No excuses.
Madigan, it is a restart. Zeroni do just enough to hang on. Strauss up very quickly with the tackle. 13 points apiece. 22 minutes left to go, or thereabouts. Marshall. Ruddock is back there. I wonder would he fancy a run here. That's exactly what he does, and almost gets through with the offload. Nearly goes to hand. Boss. Devin Toner. Madigan again. And O'Malley outside him, almost through the gap. Issa Nathewa. Ruddock again.
Away, White.
Devin Toner, good momentum there from that pass by Isaac Boss, and again the dummy run. Madigan goes wide. Nasewa juggles and just about hangs on to it. Brilliant hands. O'Malley. Kevin McLaughlin. Leinster back on the ascendancy here. Isaac Boss delays the pass. Dummy by the New Zealand-born player. That looked definitely high from this angle, Tony. I have to say, referee's playing on and says it was okay.
Roll away.
But Stybano a little bit fortunate to get away with that one, perhaps. Dummy by Ruddock.
Back right.
McLaughlin with the pass into a bit of space, and Leinster still have running through the phases. And they are making ground. Rhys Ruddock has been involved 3 or 4 times at least in this move. Boss. Carney twists into Marco Bortolami. Eventually tackled by Tuvaldi. Dominic Ryan secures, and it's there for the scrum half again. Isaac Boss delays. And Andrew Conway this time hits the deck. Definitely was Conway that time and not Noel Morris. Dominic Ryan. One O'Malley in at scrum half, but it's Rhys Ruddock, the captain, who picks and goes again. Just looking for work. Advantage to Leinster, and there it is. Crowd shouting for yellow cards. This is an example of what Issa Nathewa can do.
Is he, the one weakness he has is the kicking out of hand at times, but in every other respect.
Strikes good, crowd like it. In fact, it's the hooker Santa Maria and Luigi Ferraro is the man in your picture who come on. Ruddock again.
Run away, Mike. Take him back, boys, okay? Take him back.
Not an easy one for Madigan to take there, but punts it clear. Back goes James Marshall.
Let him go.
Ruddock and the save underneath this. It's the full-back who calls for it, though. And almost gets clear. Isaac Voss to Madigan. Just for the safety of the touchline, needs a bounce though, doesn't get it. Little chip and chase. Leinster come away with it, and it's lovely running too. James after this one.
Here we see it when they run. The ball comes, Madigan moves the ball to the wider channels. Here now is where the beauty of the game comes in. As Strauss gets the ball, he breaks through the tackle, but watch the...
It is confidence and momentum. I mean, the difference in the second half, as I said, they're in numbers at the breakdown. They're creating the opportunity and the ball. And I have to say, Ruddock has been an immense presence so far in the second half. He really has.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Stay 9. Stay. Okay.
Nasewa. Couple of options either side of him, and in the shape of his two wingers, Conway and Kearney. Ball there for Isaac Voss. Bit of space here on the wing, and here is Kearney. Twisting out of one tackle. Again, the strength and the contact. It's a key area of his game, and he does it really, really well. Thank you, Van der Merwe.
Roll away, White.
They're only trying to rob it, but Isaac Voss appealing to the referee. They're doing it illegally. Leinster still have, though.
Step back, White. Step back.
Pick and go from Shane Jennings. Ruddock to Kevin McLaughlin. Pass to nobody from Van der Merwe. Sewa just tidies things up, little dummy from him. Looks to get the pass away, but he can't quite, and it went forward from his hand, so Ironi have possession and a scrum to come if they don't make full use of this.
Release, Blue. Advantage over.
Gibaldi digs it out. Marshall. Pizarro and San Martin outside him. Just about hits the inside. And it's going to Pietro Travagli. All well-known faces, Tony, in European rugby. Devon Toner goes up, and it's a decent take by the 6'10" lock. Bortolami putting pressure on him. Looks like Voss just marshalling things at the back there, happy to let his pack just secure that ball. Box kick from the former Ulsterman. Conway after this one. It's gone straight in, I think, so we'll have to go back. And again, a mistake that has been, Tony, in terms of the closeness, in terms of the amount of mistakes that Leinster have made. I know, certainly I was thinking that we could see a few tries today. But Marshall looks for the corner. Needs a bit of a bounce, but that is really good positioning from Issa Nathewa. Read that kick really, really well, and he gets the bounce. And which way is the line out going to go? It's up to the touch judge. I think it had just gone off, so a chance to see what he can do playing for Leinster. Pratechetti comes into the centre for Ironi. 22 caps for Italy, so plenty of experience as well. Surprised he didn't start. He's had a couple of troubles with injuries in the last few weeks, but Is he okay to come on and play the last 10 minutes? His team are down by 3. Demas.
Release.
Travagli. Back to James, fly half, straight down the throat of Nasewa again, who has plenty of space, and Andrew Conway outside him. Garryon, this is for Conway to chase, and Morris too. And it's a double team tackle, brilliant stuff, and Morris gets back on his feet, but it was Conway who got the first hit.
Move your hand, Blue.
Still Ironi try and create something. Demas on the outside now. As we mentioned, plenty of experience. South Africa 7, so no shortage of pace or fitness. Nasewa straightens up.
Away, Mike, release. Back.
3 points, an uncomfortable lead, you would say, going into the last 10 minutes. McKinley. The show from Owen O'Malley. Ricard Strauss. Isaac Boss wanting quick ball and getting it to Ruddock. 3 Leinster players on this left side, and Boss has seen them, and they're all very quick and able to move. McLaughlin this time. Boss picks, tops it out to Morris, who's tackled very high, and Leinster will have the advantage. I don't know quite what it's for, perhaps for offside. Still have though. McKinley, little chip over the top, nice one too for Nasewa, it gets the hands, and O'Malley went backwards, says the referee. Play on and advantage is over. Lovely kick from McKinley, and a lovely touch too when you consider he's just off the bench. Conway on the outside. Leinster going through the phases and eating down the clock as well. O'Malley.
Move.
Shane Jennings straight up into contact, and again they go blind. Nice hands too. Inside the 22 now. Ironi defending for the last 3-4 minutes, and energy sapping stuff. Devin Toner. So we phase number 8. Free warning the Italians not to give away the penalty. Pick and go. Close quarters from Leinster. Dominic Ryan. Van der Merwe this time. Sets it back from McLaughlin to Toner. Looks for the support, but probably the right decision not to throw that ball away, because the Italians were up very quickly. McKinley to O'Malley. A show from him. He's quick feet, but not that quick to get through the Italian cover there. A penalty against Leinster. Not releasing the ball, and what, 13, 14, 15 phases of possession, Tony, and no score to show.
That's a deft little chip. Total control, and as ever, who's on the end of it with the offload?
Well, it could well be his kicks at goal that win Leinster this match. Luigi Ferraro to throw. Ryan has been working pretty well when Santa Maria was on, just as I say. The substitute hooker throws it in crookedly, and Leinster have the ball back, gifted on a plate. Here's McKinley. Looks for O'Malley. Skip ball to Nasewa. Again, has to check slightly. Just hampers the run. Kick for the corner. It's a clever kick too, and all Ironi can do is
the field. That was a good kick that time by Nasewa. He had the time, he had the space. An intelligent kick. It's where will Leinster want to be, and as you rightly say, with the throat.
Ricard Strauss. So far, Devin Toner, Kevin McLaughlin. They've all been target men. It's 6'10". Toner goes up. Ryan's down second row. His first cap against the Samoans for Ireland this year, and he's had a pretty good season, I think he would admit. It's not over yet by a long way. McLaughlin picks and goes.
He's had a good workman-like second half too, McLaughlin.
Boss. O'Malley. Switch with Dave Kearney. Still the Italians busy in the tackle. Rhys Ruddock takes 3 to bring him down. He's a big guy for 20 years of age. McKinley again. O'Malley thought better of the pass. Inside the last 4.5 minutes now, Leinster 3-point lead. A try here would certainly finish it.
Away now, White!
Van der Merwe hits the ground, support, and Leinster still intelligent play so far. They're not committing too many to the rucks, and therefore they have numbers on both sides. Switch from McKinley and O'Malley.
Away, White! Step out, White!
Boss again. Sewa this time. Little show by him and tries to go on the outside. Makes a few meters too. Pick from Boss on the outside. Leinster almost in here. Reaching for the line, they are in. And it's Dave Kearney who's going to get the credit.
To be game, set and match now, and it's no more than Leinster deserve. They really have turned the screw in the last few minutes. They put the pressure on, they've kept it up, and that was coming from a long way out. In the end, Kearney does very well. It's determination, it's strength, and he just makes the line for he can try. Shorts and all disappearing, but well worth it.
Yeah, great work by Shane Jennings in the build up there too, getting the pass away on the ground.
At the end, and that took some effort to get the ball down, to actually control it, to exert the necessary pressure.
So this for a 10-point lead. Beautiful strike, just pushed it out a little bit though. So 21, but if they don't get at least one score, they won't finish within the losing bonus point territory. And again, outside of Italy, they haven't picked up any points in the league so far. Toner goes up, but just misjudges it slightly. Well, here is a penalty now. What do you do with the Italians here?
And not just in terms of his kicking, his general play, pure and utter class.
Well, you know, he said he was really looking forward to the Thursday night game this week because it meant he had the weekend off and he could go and watch a few games. And I suppose the job is done now. He can relax a little bit. Man of the match is awarded to boot as well. But Leinster not finished yet now. Any score for them here will take that losing bonus point away from the Italians. Can they do it? McLaughlin, dummy by him. Interesting to have seen him play for the last 80 minutes in the second row. Jason Harris right.
Away, White!
Boss again. Gone the 80 minutes, so last throw of the dice and getting a point on the board.
Here, the other big performance that we've got to admit has been Rhys Ruddock in the second half. He really has been outstanding as a leader from the front.
Definitely one for the future. In terms of the captain's armband, Leo Cullen won't go on forever. Tom McGrine sucks in a few more defenders. Andrew Conway is standing right in front of me here with nobody near him at the moment.
Big time, a long time. Step, blue, white. Space, please.
Well, Isaac Boss has seen enough.